Okay, so I finally got around to playing around with my car since I've had this drain issue, or parasitic drain on my battery. And so here we go. So I'm running the first test. I went ahead and charged the battery, bought myself a new tool. So I went ahead and charged the battery completely and grounded that wire, the negative and the positive on the battery. They're fully charged. So now let's go get a read on the voltage, and then let's test the alternator. So first thing, let's go ahead and disconnect the charger. Unplug it first. Okay. Disconnect the negative and the positive terminal. Okay, and I'm going to take my multimeter. You guys can't see this, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, so the multimeter we're going to set to DC 20. We're going to have the red connection over here and the black on the comm. Make sure the red's not in the DC 10 amp plug. So 20 DC, turn that puppy on. Let's see what happens on the voltage here. Connect the red, connect the ground. Okay, so my reading is, so you can see that, 12.53 amps. Now let's start. Let me see if I can put that right here. Can't see that. Okay, can you see it? Whoa! A little technical difficulty here. Okay, let's fire up the car and see if we have the alternator charging the battery. It should go up a little bit, right? Okay. Car is running and voltage is going up. Which means the alternator is charging the battery, therefore the alternator should be fine. So the next test is running a drain test. I already did this last night, but I'm going to run another one just to show you guys. Okay, here we go with the drain test, and this time we're going to take the multimeter and we are going to set it to DC amp 10. Okay, we need to switch the, I don't even know what they call this port, ohms port. Anyway, we stick this into the DC 10 amp, leave the black in the comm. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the negative terminal, and I basically connected the negative wire to the negative terminal. I don't know if this clamp is approved procedures, or if they're approved procedures, but that kind of works out pretty good. Keep that on there. And then the cable itself, I'm going to connect with the positive cable, or the red cable, and connect that as well. And once I connect that, actually what happens is the lights go on in the car, so we got juice going through the car again, and the multimeter reads 2.21, 2.2 amps, and that is most likely, well, primarily the lights for the trunk that's drawing that juice. So we'll let it sit, we'll let the car go into sleep mode and see what kind of amperage we're pulling. Last night when I tested it quickly, it was with the car shut off pulling 0.09 amps, which is 90 milliamps, and I think that's a little too much. Anyway, let the car go to sleep and we'll check in again here in a second. Okay, car went into sleep mode, and let's see how much juice or amps we're pulling. So 0.11, 0.11, that's actually a little more than I saw last night. There was 0.09, so we definitely have something putting the load or draining the battery while the car is off. So my first thing I want to test is I actually hardwired my backup camera, my dice unit, and my video system that I have directly to the battery in that last port over there on the right. So just to exclude or make sure that my lovely work that I've done on my car isn't the culprit, I'm going to disconnect that from the battery terminal over there in the back, and then see if that drops the ampage. Just FYI, I do have a fuse in between that wire and my electronics that are residing in here. I could pop the fuse, but I don't want to take all of this apart, so we're going to disconnect the wire from there first, so stay tuned. Okay, so I disconnected the power source that I put in place for my NAV TV, backup camera, and dice unit, and my draw is still 0.11. So haven't found the problem, but I'm happy to see that my little setup that I've done is not the culprit here. So next is to go through and start pulling the fuses to see which one of the fuses has the item connected to it that's drawing the juice, and then from there we'll drill down even further. So we have to keep going.